In a world permeated with barbecue websites under the control of tyrannical administrators, there was one man, a one-man army. He broke all the rules. He allowed his members to speak out, give their opinions, and make the website what it is today. Get ready for Greg Rempe and the Barbecue Central Show.
Live from Cleveland, Ohio, it's the Barbecue Central Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Barbecue Central Radio Networks and LA Talk Radio proudly present the Barbecue Central Show. What's up, everybody? And a very good Tuesday evening to you, wherever you may be. I am your program host, Greg Rempe. This, of course, is the Barbecue Central Show here on LA Talk Radio. Thanks for joining me here on another Tuesday. This is your outdoor live fire barbecue and grilling show. Another stellar show lined up for you tonight. But before we go any further, we do have two special guests actually live in the palatial estates known as the Barbecue Central Radio Network studios. My mom and dad, Bill and Connie Rempe.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome back. So, Dad, this is your second trip into the Barbecue Central studio. Mom, this is while you were more of the press corps last time. You're actually getting to sit in for what is the monthly recurring segment, which we'll get into here in segment number 3, where you share your favorite recipes and stuff like that. But what's it like to actually be here in the confines of the Barbecue Central studios?
This is absolutely the most exciting evening I've had in ages.
Yeah,
it's where all the magic happens.
Yeah, it's nice of you to say.
How does that taste, Dad?
Well, other than the fact that, great.
All right, so two guests live and in studio. First time we've actually had two guests live and in studio at the same time, plus your gracious host. And here's what's happening on the show tonight. First of all, let me give you your contact information before I go any further if you want to jump in at any point tonight. 216-220-0966. Or if you'd like to email instead of call, you can do that at bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. Coming up next segment, and I've been talking about this for a couple of weeks, you guys have actually seen this cooker in action over the last few days since you've been up here. I'm having the product manager from InZone, which is the company that makes the Bubba Keg. You guys have seen the Bubba Keg. What are your general thoughts about the Bubba Keg, just seeing it kind of at face value? How do you think it cooks?
First time I saw it at full steam, I felt as though I should be wearing a seatbelt.
I just know it made steak that was absolutely awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely a unique-looking cooker.
Yeah.
And it's charcoal-fired.
Looks like a keg.
Hence the name.
Made us thirsty.
Yeah, but really ramps up to breakneck temperatures in a short amount of time, produces very little ash, which is always nice. So it's Drew Keenan from InZone, which is the company that makes Bubba Keg. He'll be joining me next segment, and then, Mom, you'll be up in the third segment.
Okay.
And then batting cleanup. And I believe from the last message I got from him, Harry DeHorse, the resident Barbecue Central Show thoroughbred racing expert, a man who is no stranger to any track across the country, let alone the world, is probably not going to be in studio. I heard rumblings that he was around the local track, Thistledown here, looking at potentially staying over the weekend for some Preakness get down, but he might be actually running out to Pimlico to do that anyway. And of course, we all know that Pimlico is located where?
Oh, that would be in Baltimore, Maryland.
That's right, Baltimore, Maryland. So we will be having him on. I got a lot of heat from a number of the listeners asking me where Harry DeHorse was leading up to the Kentucky Derby. So I certainly didn't want to make that mistake again now coming into probably most to overlook this race. It's probably not the most popular, but to me, it's the most important one. If the horse that won the Kentucky Derby doesn't win this one, then there's definitely no Triple Crown. Or if the horse chooses not to run in this one, which has that ever happened before?
No. Yeah, it's happened before. I mean, the big deal with the Triple Crown is we haven't had a Triple Crown winner in, I don't know, long time.
Right. So look forward to that if you like to get down on the horse races. Big race coming up this weekend, so we'll have Harry the Horse coming on. Fourth segment, we'll be giving away a 2-pack of PD River Swamp Sauce as well. You can find out more about that at swampsauce.com. That's Tim Patton. So we'll probably have to work out another email competition. First one to email in when I tell you gets the 2-pack. If you've won, maybe give somebody else a shot. Just thought. So let's go ahead and quickly recap the Kansas City Barbecue Society Top 10. As it has been all year long, QOW continuing to dominate the competition with 25-15 overall points. Lotta Bull Barbecue still in the 2 slot, but roughly 500 points behind QOW. Then we have Wild Bunch Butt Burners. Thanks to Steve for telling me been saying Wild Bunch Butt Runners. I think I just want to say Butt Runners.
I like Butt Burners myself.
It's Wild Bunch Butt Burners. My apologies for the several weeks I've been misremembering the name. Munchin' Hogs at the Hilton, number 4. 4 Legs Up Barbecue drops a spot to number 5. 4 Men and a Pig are now number 6. Florida Skin and Bones is 7. Rod Gray taking a tumble from number 5 down to number 8. And that's Pellet Envy, of course. KC Ken Crew, number 9. And JP Custom Smoke rounding out the top 10. That's Kansas City Barbecue Society. And then in the Florida Barbecue Association side, Swamp Boys still with a pretty healthy lead for Team of the Year standings over there, which segues me in nicely to the fact that I did just want to quickly mention the fact that I had Rob Bagby, who's the president of the Florida Barbecue Association, on last week. And when we were done with our interview, I had made a joking comment about how you had to be president in order to get Team of the Year. And one of the barbecue forums on the internet kind of ran roughshod over me, didn't know if I was joking or not, because it's always hard to tell when I'm joking after I say something, then I laugh. It certainly wouldn't signify a joke or the fact that I'm sarcastic in general. This is probably flying all over your heads right now, Centralites. Anyway, this is called sarcasm. This is what it was that happened last week. So for people to pile on and say they would never listen to the show again, and I owe the FBA and Rob Bagby an apology, I would ask this. First, learn what sarcasm means. Know the show before you come after me. Secondly, if you have an issue, don't pile on in a public forum. Go ahead and email me directly and ask your question first before a lot of misinformation is spread and people's feelings get hurt, and I tell you that you're not invited to listen to the show anymore. So I've worked it out with Rob. Between us personally, he knew that it was a joke, more or less, and I will continue to have the FBA on. Whoever the president is, and obviously Rob wasn't even president when he won Team of the Year last year, so obviously I know what I'm talking about. Some of you need to get your facts straight, but nonetheless, we move on from there. I will continue to have Rob on. I like the FBA, I like the KCBS, I like every organization that promotes barbecue, and that's why I do the show, more or less. So, you have anything to add to that, studio guest?
No, I'm just thinking I'll go to my room now without dinner.
There you go. All right, so we're going to come back. I'm going to raise up Drew Keenan from InZone. We'll talk about the Bubba K Grill. Then my mom is on the following segment. And Harry the Horse, fourth segment. You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show here on LA Talk Radio. Stand by. We'll be right back.
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose. Make ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
Forget going from site to site to get all your barbecue and grilling supplies and make your first and final stop at fredsmusicandbarbecue.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries all the parts and accessories for the Big Green Egg. More of a pellet head, you say? Fred's is the pellet grill superstore with grills in stock from Traeger, Green Mountain, and Country Smokers from Louisiana Grills. Fred also carries smokers from Cook Shack, Bradley, and Weber as well as a full lineup of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new smoker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your barbecue or grilling experience a success. Fred is also the creator and distributor of Tasty Licks barbecue products, including their great line of rubs, spices, and sauces. You gotta try them. You can also get your hands on a full lineup of marinades, accessories, lump charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools from Stephen Reichland of Barbecue U fame. Check Fred out on the web at fredsmusicandbbq.com or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful Shillington, PA. Now, let's get back to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio.
All right, welcome back. Barbecue Central Show here on LA Talk Radio. I'm your program host, Greg Rempe. Do you make bad barbecue? Come on, admit it. Your barbecue doesn't taste as good as you want it to. And making great barbecue is easy with D-Dog's barbecue rubs and sauces. With all natural ingredients, D-Dog's barbecue products will make your barbecue taste great and have all of your friends and family begging for more. Order some today at ddogsbbq.com. That's DDOGSbbq.com. Also coming very soon. Really, Dad, Mom, I mean it this time. The peach rub is coming out. Not kidding.
No, stop it.
I'm real. Check ddogsbbq.com for updates, especially updates for that peach rub, I guess. As promised, joining me now from Georgia is the product manager for a grill I've been using here for the last few weeks, courtesy of them. That's the Bubba Keg Grill. This is Drew Keenan. Drew, thanks for coming on the show tonight. How are you?
Hey, Greg. Great. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Hello to Bill and Connie as well.
Hey, Drew.
Thank you.
Where's my Bubba Keg?
Well, I can tell you where to buy one.
There you go.
Very good. I'd pay for it, too.
So, yeah, I don't think mine will be on the back deck come tomorrow morning. So,
It comes with a trailer hitch adapter. So, Bill, if you've got a trailer hitch on the back of your truck, you can take it with you.
there you go.
Yeah, good. Thanks, Drew.
And that's really kind of a unique feature, which we'll get into here in a minute. But, Drew, why don't you go ahead and give us a little background about yourself? And, I mean, obviously you have some type of love or passion for barbecue. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be in the middle of product managing a cooker of this fashion. But give us a little background about yourself and kind of how you got involved with InZone and the Bubba Keg.
Sure, absolutely. I've been with InZone about 2.5 years now, and the Bubba Keg brand has been around in the housewares industry for about 6 years. We make a line of insulated mugs and coolers that a lot of your listeners are probably familiar with. And throughout the company, we have a philosophy that we just want to make the good times better. So what we like to do is grill and tailgate and go to the beach and have a good time. So we like to develop products that go along with those activities. So there are a lot of passionate grillers in the organization and a lot of people who are using ceramic Kamados and other charcoal grills, and we just knew that we could do a better job of it. So I'm part of a team of really, really passionate grillers that just love to cook out and want to make a better product for grillers everywhere.
Is it mandatory that any type of Kamado-style cooker comes out of Samirtra, Georgia, or wherever you're at there in that neck of the woods?
We're in Smyrna, and it's a suburb of Atlanta. And, yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that. There was an article in the Atlanta paper over the weekend about how Atlanta is ground zero for Kamado cooking. And I don't know if it's a coincidence or if we're just smarter in this region of the country, but yeah, there are a lot of Kamado companies here and a lot of people who love that style of cooking.
All right, so Kamado cooker in general, most people are going to think about the Big Green Egg, the Primo, the Grill Dome. Obviously, Kamado is an actual name brand as well.
Yep.
But Bubba Keg kind of takes it to a new level. Instead of ceramic, it's actually steel. So go ahead, give us a thought process of why you would kind of gravitate away from the ceramic, which seems to be selling so well, and get to the steel aspect.
Sure, and those are great products. But you can't really take them with you. They're difficult to transport. They're heavy. They're brittle. They don't hold up well in extreme temperatures. So we like to eat good food when we're tailgating or when we're camping, when we're at the beach. So we wanted something that performed the same way as a ceramic Kamado, but was more portable, lighter weight, easier to transport, and easier to use. So that was kind of the logic behind it.
The Bubba probably, for the folks that haven't seen it, is roughly in scale the same size as probably a large Big Green Egg, more or less. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, it's about the same size.
Right.
Although we've got more capacity because we've got the two-tiered grill grades.
Right. Now, you had mentioned the weight and the less able to make portable the ceramic cookers. What's the weight difference between, a comparable Primo or Big Green Egg versus the Bubba Keg?
It kind of depends, but it's anywhere between 30 and 60 pounds, depending on how many accessories you've got in there and how it's equipped. But ours is just easier to transport in general. We've got two handles built into the side. It comes on a stand that has wheels on it, so it's there are a lot of reasons other than weight why it's more portable and more easily transportable.
And the thing that I like the most, I guess, if I was actually a consumer, is the fact that when you buy a comparable ceramic cooker, typically you're not getting all of the accessories that you're getting with the Bubba Keg. For instance, typically if you're buying a Big Green Egg or Primo, if you just buy the grill itself, that's all you get. In addition, you would have to buy the nest or the table side stand, and then the extra handles or diffuser plates or all this other stuff, which there seems to be a number of accessories that kind of come standard issue with the Bubba Keg. Is that part of the process? Maybe some more value added things thrown in there for the sale price?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We wanted to offer a better value to our consumers. The ceramic Kamados can get pretty expensive when you start adding all the accessories that you would want to have, like a cast iron grate and a secondary grill grate and side tables and a nest. So we wanted to include all of that in the package and the trailer hitch adapter and give the consumer a better value. So you'll find, our suggested retail right now is $5.99, and that includes everything. And you won't find anything close in a ceramic grill for that price.
Now, to be fair, Big Green Egg had been a sponsor of the show, so obviously I like what the company's about. I've talked to the owner of that company a number of times here on the show and via podcast. But so obviously, and we all know that the eggheads out there are diehards for their particular cookers.
Sure. And you know what? The egg is a great product. There's no doubt about it. And the ceramic Kamados were unquestionably our inspiration. So I have no knock on that industry or any of those companies.
So for the person that is a Big Green Egg diehard and say, well, looks like a Kamado style, acts like a Kamado style, but ours is made of this material, it's going to retain the heat better than steel. Is there anything that you can say, or do you have proof behind you that says, well, even though ours is steel, ours is going to act just as a comparable ceramic grill would?
Sure. We've got a lot of data. We have a team of engineers in our Smyrna office, and we've done thermocouple testing, and we've got a mountain of data that shows how our product is comparable or superior in terms of heat retention and the range of temperatures we can achieve and all that. But that doesn't really mean anything to your listeners, probably. What they care about are the results. And basically, anything that you can cook in a ceramic Kamado, you can cook in the Bubba Keg, and you're going to get very, very similar results. Now, the heat retention is a little bit different. Ours is a little bit more thermally efficient. I think you'll find that the temperatures get hotter a little bit faster. So it cooks a little bit differently, and you may need a slightly different technique. But in terms of the range of temperatures you can achieve and the different styles of food and different types of food you can cook, we are right on par. We're comparable with all of those products.
So I haven't had any issue with regular grilling. I did an extensive amount of chicken thighs the other night. I think probably I put too many on the main grill, and I hampered the airflow coming up because I had trouble kind of re-achieving grilling temperatures into the 450 range. But the thing that I have had more difficulty with than anything, and again, the higher temperatures haven't been any issue at all. I had it up to near 800 degrees the other night for steak, is obviously the different side of that, the barbecue temperatures. I've had not extensive amount of trouble, but I've had some issues trying to keep it, around the 250 range or below, and it seems like if I shut it down any farther, there wouldn't be any air left to get in there and combust.
Sure. I've heard that from other people, especially for someone who's used to a ceramic Kamado or even a traditional kettle-style charcoal grill. You're going to need to learn a slightly different technique. Like I said before, the properties of that double wall insulated steel make it much more thermally efficient, so it heats up a lot faster. And if you're not really watching the temperature early on, you can get beyond the point you want to reach, and it's a little bit more difficult to get it down. So it's really about technique. We actually just posted a video on YouTube that outlines a really good technique for getting the temperature started low and keeping it low. So if you're used to a ceramic Kamado, it's going to be a little bit different for you, but once you learn the Bubba Keg technique, it'll be very easy.
Are there any other products that you guys are working on related to the Bubba Keg grill/cooker that you'd like to tell the Centralites about tonight?
Definitely. We are working on an accessory kit. I can't get really into any specific details right now because it's still under development, but we're working on a kit that will include a diffuser for doing more indirect cooking and some other accessories that you would want to have on your Bubba Keg grill. So stay tuned for that. We'll have some more information probably towards the end of the summer.
And where can people go to find out more about the Bubba Keg line of products?
BubbaKeg.com.
Simple enough.
Yep.
And again, we're looking at $5.99. Plus, you have that very unique trailer hitch thing that comes along with the purchase price. Go ahead and tell the Centralites about that pretty quick.
Yeah, it's included in the box. It is a trailer hitch adapter. It actually comes with two different couples. So if you've got the large size, I think it's 2.5, or the smaller trailer hitch, it'll fit on both. And within less than 5 minutes, you can have your Bubba Keg off the stand and onto the back of your truck and take it tailgating or camping or wherever you like to go. So not only is this an outstanding addition to your patio, and it's going to allow you to cook all this great food on your patio, but you can take that same quality of cooking with you on the road.
Right. This is Drew Keenan from InZone, which is the company that makes the Bubba Keg. Drew, certainly appreciate you coming on tonight talking about the Bubba Keg. I have thoroughly enjoyed using it, and will definitely be more and more eager to try and get those barbecue temperatures and try my hands at some ribs and some pork butts and briskets on that thing soon. But I got to tell you, man, that thing is just a dream when it comes to high-temperature grilling for sure.
Well, good. I'm glad you like it. And, take a look online. We're going to be posting some more videos with different techniques, and we really want to make it easier for our consumers and take the mystery out of this style of cooking and make it easy for everyone to do. So I think once you master the technique, you're going to be blown away by the low-temperature barbecue that this thing can do. All
right, Drew, appreciate you coming on the show tonight, telling us about the Bubba Keg. Continued success, and whenever you want to come back on and talk about some new updates, or if you just want to update us on product development in general, give me a call. We'll get you back up.
Sounds great. Thanks a lot, Greg. I really appreciate it.
All right, Drew, take care. It's Drew Keenan. If you didn't know, he's from InZone. That's Bubba Keg. BubbaKeg.com. Works really good for the high temperature, right? Real good for the high temperature. Nobody's paying attention to me over there in the Barbecue Central studios. I've answered my own question. All right, when we come back, we'll have my mom live in studio to go over some of her favorite recipes for this month. Harry DeHorace segment after that. Don't forget your chance to win a 2-pack of Petey River Swamp Sauce also coming up. Stand by. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio. Forget going from site to site to get all your barbecue and grilling supplies and make your first and final stop at fredsmusicandbarbecue.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries all the parts and accessories for the Big Green Egg. More of a pellet head, you say? Fred's is the pellet grill superstore with grills in stock from Traeger, Green Mountain, and Country Smokers from Louisiana Grills. Fred also carries smokers from Cook Shack, Bradley, and Weber as well as a full lineup of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new smoker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your barbecue or grilling experience a success. Fred is also the creator and distributor of Tasty Licks barbecue products, including their great line of rubs, spices, and sauces. You gotta try them. You can also get your hands on a full lineup of marinades, accessories, lump charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools from Stephen Reichland of Barbecue U fame. Check Fred out on the web at fredsmusicandbbq.com or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful Shillington, PA.
Barbecue has never been easier with the Barbecue Guru. The Barbecue Guru is a temperature control and monitor for all pits, charcoal, wood, electric, your pit. It easily attaches to any smoker or pit and gives you simple, trouble-free control of your temperatures, so you can make championship quality barbecue every time and all the time. And it's location-free. Take it anywhere. This amazing breakthrough in barbecue technology is a microprocessor-controlled draft system that uses temperature monitors and a small fan to keep your temperatures constant. The stainless steel Guru Pit Minder gives you a choice of controls from 90 to 370 degrees. So cold smoking, pepper drying, making cheese or jerky, or fabulous briskets and ribs is nothing short of effortless. The Procom 4 lets you monitor your pit from up to 600 feet away. And there's more. Check out the full line of products and accessories for the future of barbecue with new items on the way. Visit thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
Now, let's get back to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio.
Barbecue Central Show here on LA Talk Radio. Thanks again to Drew Keenan from InZone, the company that makes the Bubba Keg, for coming on last segment. Hey, this segment brought to you by the good folks at the Barbecue Guru, makers of the CyberQ, the DigiQ2, and the Procom 4 wireless automatic pit temperature control devices. Not to mention a whole host of other products that make your grilling and barbecue life tremendously easier. Not to mention the Caldera smokers, the Holy Smoke meat mats. Just great stuff over there at the Guru, and they're always continuing to develop new products to make your life easier when it comes to barbecue and grilling. Check them out on the web at thebbqguru.com or give them a call at 800-288-GURU. That's the good folks at the Barbecue Guru. All right, as promised, joining me now, making her, almost did it again. So here's the good news. The good news is, Mom's in studio, and she's not wearing her headphones, so we cannot play the bumper this time.
Boom. Hey.
Get out of here. I knew it. One of these weeks it was going to happen, and this is the week that's happened. But nevertheless, my mom is in studio here live to share some of her favorite recipes. So, Mom, welcome in. You were out of the last segment, kind of, but now back in. Here we are. Oh, hold on a second. Didn't have any heat on your mic there. Go ahead. Try again.
Okay.
There we go.
Are we on there now?
Now we're on.
Okay. Well, I am so glad to be in studio. This is fun.
Well, it's not as easy as it looks, I think. It's safe to say.
It is not.
A lot of people out there thinking I'm just sitting in front of a microphone, and it's so easy to come up with these words just right off the top of my head.
You are the master.
That's right.
Yes.
Wait, where's my... Yep, there we go. I'm the master. All right, so monthly segment here to do your favorite recipes. As always, it's a appetizer, it's a main course, and it's a dessert. So we'll start in the proper order. We'll start with the appetizers. What do we have?
Okay, for the appetizer, we have a melon, mozzarella, and prosciutto skewers.
Prosciutto.
However you want to say it, it's
right.
Delicious.
Right.
For the main course, it's a shrimp burger with sweet and spicy sauce. And the dessert is a berry parfait with pound cake and ice cream.
Oh, fat-free it sounds like.
Well, it can be less fat if you so desire.
Less what?
Less fat.
That's right. All right, so let's go ahead and start off with the appetizer. Melon, mozzarella, and prosciutto skewers. Sorry.
Absolutely. And as it might sound like, we're having melon.
Melon, right?
Which is, we're going to do a honeydew and a cantaloupe, which you slice up into cubes. And you use, with that, thin slices of prosciutto rolled up and fresh, small mozzarella cheese balls. And to assemble that, you're just going to thread onto your 4-inch wooden skewers a cube of the melon, the slice of the rolled up prosciutto, and a mozzarella ball. You thread them onto the skewers, alternating. When you put it on your platter, you're plating it up. If you alternate the cantaloupe with the honeydew, it makes for a really pretty presentation. You got your different colors going on. And you're just going to put a little fresh cracked pepper over the top of that.
Cracked pepper.
Cracked pepper. It
Now-
gives it a nice little spice,
Okay.
and it's delicious.
Can you use in place of the honeydew or cantaloupe, honeydew or cantaloupe, like a watermelon or some other type of melon, or should you just stick with what the recipe says on this
No.
stuff?
Recipes are only a guideline.
Okay.
You can put in anything you want.
I don't know anything other besides watermelon or cantaloupe or honeydew. That's all the melons I know.
Well, I suppose you could put a strawberry on there.
Oh, strawberry melon?
Absolutely.
All right.
Well,
So we have a nice, colorful, almost like a fruit antipasta type
absolutely.
of beginner,
And it's getting to be summertime, and you want a lighter fare.
right?
It's easy. It's delicious. It's light.
Do you have a wine that would pair with this here, wine guy?
I could give you a wine.
All right. We move on to the main course, shrimp burger with sweet and spicy. Is it tartar sauce or just sauce?
It's a sauce.
It's a sauce. All right. Forget tartar. Sweet shrimp burger with sweet and spicy sauce. I'm intrigued. A shrimp burger is it's very intriguing to me. Go ahead.
Well, it's kind of a twist on the classic crab cake.
All right.
And you're going to use raw shrimp, which you don't want to. You're going to dice into maybe not really dice. You're going to cut it into thirds. You don't want to make it too small because you want a nice little piece of shrimp in your mouth. But the ingredients are kind of like a crab cake. You're going to use your shrimp
The hell are you
instead of the crab. Stop it.
Oh, sorry.
You're going to have egg,
Lost
mayonnaise, lemon. You're going to chop up some red pepper, some celery and onion, and seasoned breadcrumbs.
Right.
In the main initial recipe, they did not call for Old Bay seasoning, but I put in about a teaspoon of that. And
So that's your own addition.
yeah,
So you could publish that and make it your own recipe because you've changed it.
I have. Yes, and
Nice.
it's a good thing. And to put it all together, you're just going to mix together all the ingredients, form them into 4 patties, and you can make that up to 24 hours ahead of time, keeping those in the refrigerator. When you're ready to grill them, though, you need to have half an hour of time in the freezer. You're going to put them in the freezer. This helps keep them together so they don't fall apart when you grill them. When I grill them, though, I put them on a mesh screen on the grate. So in case they do fall apart,
Right.
they're not going through the grate.
Not losing anything.
That's right. Can just scoop it right back up.
And the shrimp is just regular, what you would possibly eat is a shrimp cocktail. It's not anything processed or that you're buying out of a jar or anything like that.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, they're raw shrimp, and I usually use like a medium size. They're not as expensive.
Right.
And then I use these. Excuse me. Serve it with the spicy sauce, which is just a combination of mayonnaise, fresh parsley, horseradish, Cajun seasoning, lemon juice, and paprika. You just combine those together and let them chill for about a half an hour before you serve it.
And then you put that on the buns, or do you put that on top of? Do you serve? Is this something you would serve with a bun,
You're
like
gonna
a
serve
burger?
it with a bun. Yeah,
Right.
like a Kaiser roll or whatever bun. I
All right.
like to toast mine on the grill. Mm-hmm. And, you assemble it, your burger on the bun, plop with the tartar sauce. Well, actually, the sweet and spicy sauce. You can put a lettuce leaf on there if you like,
How about tomato?
Again, it's whatever your preference is.
I don't think tomato and shrimp would probably be very good now that I'm
I
thinking about
might not put it on there, but, you can put it on and see what you think.
it. Right. Okay. So that sounds like. So you had me at burger. I thought. I don't even know what the hell I thought, but now that you say crab cake, that makes me feel a little bit better.
She had me at toasting her buns.
That's right.
Stop it. And also, if you want to...
All right. So we move on from the main dessert to. Or the main course to dessert, mixed berry parfait with pound cake and ice cream. Oh, decadent.
Mm-hmm.
It's decadent, yet
Fattening.
You live in the
Not
lifestyle
fattening.
decadence of debauchery.
Yeah. Okay. You're using strawberries, which you slice, mixing them with black raspberries, mixing it together with a couple teaspoons of sugar. This lets it, you let it macerate.
Right. Brings out the juices.
Oh, now see, I didn't think you were going to know what that was.
I know what macerate means. It's a term that barbecuers have been using for at least 3 weeks.
Well, your father had no idea what
If
it
you
was.
do it too much, you'll go blind.
Okay. Well, you just want to get that mixed together about a half an hour before. Before dinner, you mix the berries and with the sugar and let the juices flow.
Right.
And then you're going to assemble it with the pound cake, which you're going to cut into cubes.
God, I think I need to go out and take a smoke.
You're going to get some of your favorite vanilla ice cream and a container of Cool Whip. I serve it in wine glasses because it really looks pretty. And you just layer it in there. You're going to layer a dollop of Cool Whip, some of the... Stop laughing. Some of the cubes of the pound cake.
Right.
Ice cream, berries. You just keep layering it until you fill whatever size wine glass you have.
Parfait style.
Parfait style.
Right.
Serve it with either a whole black raspberry on the top or a whole strawberry. It looks beautiful in the glass. It's delicious. Now, if somebody is looking to have a little less fat and calories in their diet, they can use... Exactly. They can use the fat-free Cool Whip. Mm-hmm. You can use the fat-free pound cake.
Oof.
You could probably omit the ice cream altogether.
While you're at it, why not omit the taste?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, for those that are a little more calorie conscious. And, in fact, if you want to do it a little quicker, you don't want to assemble it, layering it into the glass and cutting the pound cake into cubes. You can just slice a piece of the pound cake, put on a scoop of ice cream, put on the berries, top it off with a dollop of whipped cream, and you're done.
There, you're done.
It's easy.
It's a barbecue show, hon. I don't think the audience is afraid of calories.
Oh, okay.
All right, so from back to front, mixed berry parfait with pound cake and ice cream. Yikes. Shrimp burgers with sweet and spicy sauce. Not tartar.
Not tartar.
Melon, mozzarella, and prosciutto skewers.
Exactly.
Man, now that sounds... Oh, what the hell just happened there? Now that sounds like something spectacular. Once again, you have hit it on the head with recipes. Melon, mozzarella, prosciutto skewers, shrimp burger with sweet and spicy sauce, and then the mixed berry parfait pound cake ice cream. Of course, if you want these, you can email the show, bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. And once again, we'll have you back on next month, so go ahead and start fumbling through those recipes, see what you can come up with, and we'll have you back on again. This will be when? June, I guess now.
June.
Halfway through the year almost already.
I cannot believe it.
All right, so we'll see you back then. Of course, you'll be back in the remote studios of Bradenton, Florida, but glad we could have you here live in studio, and maybe you can sit in for Harry DeHorse. Is that all right? You can sit in for him?
Yes.
You probably don't have too much of a choice. So.
No.
All right, we'll come back with Harry DeHorse, see what you Centralites can do as far as getting down on the race this weekend. So stand by, we'll be right back. Uh-oh, where am I at?
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show.
Go out there.
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose. Make ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required. for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com. Or call 1-800-288-GURU.
Forget going from site to site to get all your barbecue and grilling supplies and make your first and final stop at fredsmusicandbarbecue.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries all the parts and accessories for the Big Green Egg. More of a pellet head, you say? Fred's is the pellet grill superstore with grills in stock from Traeger, Green Mountain, and Country Smokers from Louisiana Grills. Fred also carries smokers from Cookjack, Bradley, and Weber as well as a full lineup of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new smoker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your barbecue or grilling experience a success. Fred is also the creator and distributor of Tasty Licks barbecue products, including their great line of rubs, spices, and sauces. You gotta try them. You can also get your hands on a full lineup of marinades, accessories, lumped charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools from Stephen Reichland of Barbecue U fame. Check Fred out on the web at fredsmusicandbbq.com or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful Shillington, PA.
To get on the Barbecue Central Show, call 216-220-0966.
Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
Barbecue Central Show here on LA Talk Radio. Mom, thanks for coming on last segment.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Very good. Tasty treats. Again, email if you want the recipes, bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. Thanks again to Drew Keenan for coming on the segment. Before that, talk about the Bubba Keg Grill. I'm trying to see if I can locate our resident gambler. Harry DeHorse, hey, for those that are interested in winning a 2-pack of Petey River Swamp Sauce, email the show at bbqcentralradio@gmail.com and tell me one of the ingredients in the appetizer that my mom was serving. I'm pretty sure I'll get no winner on that. That's fine. All right, as promised, and I believe I've located him. Who knows where he is at this point? It's Harry DeHorse, resident thoroughbred racing expert. Harry, welcome to the show. How are you?
Obama, Shabama, I can get the Cubans anytime I want. Greg, how are you? It's Harry.
Harry, what's up? How are you?
I'm doing good, Greg. How are you doing tonight? I was listening to your show. Yeah, your father, he's talking about Pimlico being in Baltimore. It's actually closer to Laurel, Maryland. And I got a large bit of enjoyment listening to your mother talk about the shrimp cakes. You know, down in Baltimore, we eat a lot of crab at this time of year.
That's right. A lot of crab. I don't know what that has to do with shrimp, but I certainly see where you're going with that. I
don't think so.
First of all, let me. I'm remiss in the fact that I didn't have you on pre-Kentucky Derby, and I was lambasted in the emails by a number of the listeners that like to get down on thoroughbred racing. So I didn't want to miss the chance coming up. And now, again, what I perceive and what most don't as the most critical leg of the Triple Crown, because if you don't win this one, then there's really no reason to consider the Triple Crown, that being the Preakness in Pimlico. So we're looking at a number of different things here. I am not nearly the expert on thoroughbred racing as you are, but as we look back on the Kentucky Derby first, we have two things that we can look at. One, the day before the Kentucky Derby, there was a filly that runs in the Oaks who handily swept the field and is widely considered to be the best 3-year-old, but since she is not technically a colt, they kept her out of the race on Saturday. Some of that having to do with what happened last year with 8 Bells. But first of all, then we have, is it Name That Bird or Who's That Bird or whatever, the 50-1 shot that won the Derby comes out of nowhere to beat the Nile horse. Many different things happening. So kind of retrace your thoughts of Churchill Downs that day, both Saturday or Friday and Saturday.
Well, you know, Greg, me and the boys, we were down there at the Churchill, and what we saw that day was an absolute enigma. You know, you look at the racing form. As many years as I have, you know where to look for the tips, the keys, the past performances. There was absolutely nothing. Believe me, my friend, there was nothing in the racing form or that horse's past that would indicate to anybody that he had even the remotest chance of winning that race. But it's not the first time a long shot has won a Kentucky Derby. Moving forward, and that's really all I can say on that. As far as Rachel Alexander is concerned, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. The Preakness is, everybody talks about the Derby being the best race in the world, and it probably is, but from a historic standpoint. And the Preakness goes back actually to 1868. They ran the race even before they were running the Kentucky Derby. And it actually started out as the Dinner Stakes in 1868. There were a number of gentlemen who got together and said they should have this race, and they put together this race, and a couple of years later they actually built this beautiful racetrack here, which, by the way, is the second oldest racetrack to my favorite racetrack, and you know what that is, of course, it's Saratoga.
Right.
Now, what we have coming up here on Saturday is a very unique race because they're going to enter the Philly. The owners have decided that they're going to run, the new owners. And, I don't know how much time we have here on the segment, so I want to give my pick so that everybody will know, what the hell is going to happen. And I don't think it'll be a surprise for anyone to know that my choice is going to be the Big Philly. I have not seen an animal like this, and I've been around a long time. I have not seen an animal like this since the Great Secretariat. I witnessed the Barbaro, I witnessed the Big Brown, I've seen the Bernardinis, I've seen the Street Sense, the Curlins, all of them. I ain't never seen a horse like this great.
Now, a lot has been to do, and for the Centralites that don't really get down on thoroughbred, this is probably evaporating over their head very quickly, is the fact that Rachel Alexander, under the previous ownership just a few weeks ago, was going to hold her out of any of the colt races and just run her in all of the big filly races coming up here for the rest of the year. And quickly she was sold under new ownership. The new owners want to put her in to run in the Preakness, but then the favorite prior to the horse that scratched, I think it was I Want Revenge. That horse is scratched. So then, is it Phoenix, the Nile? What's the horse I'm thinking of there, Harry?
Pioneer of the Nile.
Pioneer of the Nile, right. So his owner was rampantly rumored to enter all of his other horses into the race, the Preakness, that being in order to block Rachel Alexander from competing. But that was kind of all more or less put to bed on Saturday after an interview on TVG.
Yeah, I've known Ahmed many years, and I don't think there's a bone in his body that isn't good sportsmanship. I think he was a little bit perturbed. There's a lot of reasons why he could be angry, but sportsmanship is his middle name, and he's elected to do the sportsmanlike thing. But when you look at the race itself, the gate at Pimlico only holds 14 horses. And these horses that are going forward on Saturday are a pretty good crowd of horses. Of course, you got the Derby winner, Mind That Bite. And you've got some other beauties in there. Papa Clem is going, Musket Man is going, and of course the winner, Rachel Alexander. I would tell you that all of this drama leading up to the Preakness, is giving it a bit of a showcase. I think if the weather is good, and that's a very big issue here at Pimlico. If the weather is good, you can see a better race on Saturday than you saw in Kentucky 2 weeks ago.
All right, so quickly wrapping up here in the last 30 seconds, what's your triple bet here? What's your ticket look like for the Preakness this coming weekend?
Well, I've got Rachel over the top. Believe it or not, I am throwing in the winner from the last race in my triple, and of course my other horse is Pioneer of the Nile. Now you might think I'm crazy for putting that long shot in there, but that horse didn't win on a fluke. He had to go around that track with the rest of them. So I think a good triple bet for your fans listening tonight would be Rachel Alexandra, the Pioneer of the Nile, and Mind That Bird. I would do a box. I would also, if you have an extra $100 I might put them on the Musket Man as well.
Musket Man. All right. So Harry the Horse coming in big as always in regards to horse racing. Preakness coming in. Harry, glad we could fit you in tonight right before the big race here. The Preakness coming up this weekend. Always value your insight. And depending on how it shakes out, we'll certainly have you back on again in a few weeks for the run at the Bull Ring.
No, Greg, it's always a pleasure, and I wish your family a very nice evening as well.
All right, Harry, thanks for coming on, and take care. Good luck this weekend. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. Still looking for a winner. Go ahead and just email me your name if you want a 2-pack of Petey River Swamp Sauce at bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. Want to thank my guest tonight, Drew Keenan from InZone. That's the Bubba Keg. You can check them out at bubbakeg.com. Thanks to my mom for coming on, sharing recipes.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure.
I hope you enjoyed your time in the Barbecue Central studios.
It was fabulous.
Of course, thanks to my dad for sitting in. Not a lot of mic time tonight, but
always a pleasure.
A lot of other guests here.
Always a pleasure.
It's what happens. And then, of course, thanks to Harry the Horse for spending some time with us here just this segment. So, again, if you're interested in the 2-pack of Petey River Swamp Sauce, it's bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. Let me tell you about Yoder Smoky Mountain Barbecue. They're the leading online distributor of Meadow Creek barbecue equipment, and these barbecue smokers, pig roasters, chicken cookers, and grills are handcrafted in the Amish country of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Their goal is to strive to give you outstanding value for the price and help you enjoy easy and profitable barbecues for years to come. They also carry a complete line of barbecue rubs and sauces. Check them out at the web at Serious BBQs. That's bbqs.com. SeriousBBQs.com. Thanks to Dina down in Southern California, Los Angeles to be exact, for running the sound tonight. Don't forget to stay tuned for Broad Topics coming up after me at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Next week, we are looking at Mike Davis of Laudable Barbecue, talking about the Prilosec OTC Barbecue Challenge that runs with NASCAR. That's going to be it for me. We'll see you back here at 9 o'clock Eastern Time next Tuesday. I'm your program host and proud U.S. American, Greg Rempe. Good night now.